It is Friday, September 22nd, and you are not here, but you are in the right place, right? So you're in our Google Classroom, and we should be able to see our assignments and our videos for the things that we did when you were gone. Also, your grades for participation are on here, and I'm going to add your first homework grades this week. Now, remember when you go into your homework grades that if you're missing some homework, you can always make it up, right? Because sometimes you work really efficiently in class and sometimes you really don't work efficiently in class. So this allows you to make sure that you can get everything done. Also, people said, well, can I get my homework at home? Yeah, you can do it at home and then bring it in and put it in your packets. The way that you can do that, so if you were looking at today's, you could call it up here, go to homework, and you could look at the PDF here and get your information. Or you could get on your Chromebook and connect to your homework help through the Chromebook. Sound good? So what did we do today? So the learning targets for today were we can use a 10 by 10 grid as a geometric model, and we can represent fractions in different ways. And then the success criteria was, can I create a 100th grid? And can I use the giant 1? And I was really impressed because as we were starting this experiment today, and we were using the 100th grid, the kids were mapping it out, modeling, and then I heard a few say, well, could we just use the 1, the giant 1? And I'm like, oh, you guys have been through this before. So it was really fun to be part of that and listen to those discussions. So I'm going to walk you through how we get into our math book again. We go into CPM Math, boom. From there, we go into more math for more people. That's the easiest way to get into it. I'm already logged in, so it's probably going to take me in. You might have to hit login twice and then click on the G, Google G, if you have your Chromebook. If you don't have your Chromebook, you may have to type in your school username and password. So I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to go into your ebook here. So we're going into 7th grade, and we're at 1.2.4. So the question that we were working with today was, Damar kept track of the number of heads he flipped, and he wrote his experimental probability of flipping heads as 7/20th, and he wanted to rewrite that as a percent. So we went into our Jamboard and we wrote out 7/20ths. And then the way that we did that, there we go. So then the way that we did that is we just put a box up like this. That's a strange looking box. And then from there, we said, well, what we want to do is we want to make 7/20ths. So we put that over here. And then we want to make that a percent. So the first thing we did is we went like this. And then we made this like that. And then we came down here. And the first thing the kids did is they made that into 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we said we needed out of 20, so then they went down the middle and they converted that to 20. So then we said, okay, we've got 20. What should we, how many of those should we color in? We said 7, so they colored in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just colored 7 out of 20. So we said now we know that percent means of 100. So how do we turn these into hundreds? And we said, well, we could break these up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, and 4. So then there, we know that we are in 100, right? So we've got 10 in this row, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So then we said, okay, we know now that we have something out of 100. Let's count. We've got 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7/20 is the same as 35 out of 100. Okay. So then percent means of 100. So we said, oh, if we have 35 out of 100, that also means we have 35%. And then we drop that here. Cancel here. All right. So then we went through another model like that with the kids, and then they created their own. I think we did 13/20ths, and what percent was that? Then the kids started thinking, well, if it's 13/20ths, maybe there's a different way I can do this. So they went 13 out of 20, and then some of them started thinking, oh, the big 1. And we talked about the big 1 is anything times its 1 is itself, right? So we can go 5 times 1 is 5, and you can go 10 times 1 is 10. And then we were also looking at any fraction, the big 1. You could say 4 over 4 is 1. So that's like saying 10 times 1 is like saying 10 times 4 over 4. Okay. Or we could put any number for a big 1. That's the same on the top and the bottom. 5 over 5, that's the same as 1. So we could say 10 times 1 is the same as 10 over 5 times 5. So then the kids started thinking, well, what if I took 5 over 5 times 13 over 20? And they said that was 65 over 100. Now, since it's over 100, or I'm sorry, let me redo that there for you. Sorry about that. I meant to say it's times 5 over 5, right? We move 5 over 5 down there. That's our big 1 that we multiplied it by. And then we did come up with 65 out of 100, and that made 65%. So that's how they figured out that 13 out of 20 was 65%. Then we did some more examples of the big 1. Okay. So we went into your book and we said 13 out of 20, what is that as a percent? What's 7/10 as a percent and 12/25? And then we used another kind of cool model to show. Where are you at, cool model? Yeah, this one we looked at too. So this was how you showed.
This is magnetic.
Well, not this exactly, but this was a model where they looked at 10/25, and what is that as a percent? So they did something cool. They took 10 out of 25, and then they did it 4 times. This is how they modeled. So they put 4 of those in there. That filled up to 100. Or the kids said you could just multiply 10 out of 25 times the big 1, and then that big 1 was 4 out of 4. Okay? Or 4 over 4. Then we looked at homework for this, and we came up with rewrite each fraction as a percent and each percent as a fraction. This is back to probability, drawing coins from bags. Find the mean. If you don't remember mean, check your homework out. This is for unit rates. If 5 slices of pizza cost $5.50, how much do 2 cost? My idea, Find out how much 1 costs. Then you can figure out how much 10 costs and how much half of a piece costs. And then we want to rewrite these expressions. 3/8 minus 1/6, 4/5 plus 3/5, 5/9 minus 1/5. Think about common denominators. Also think about what happens if your numerator is greater than your denominator, like in this one. Okay, need any extra help? Contact me at johnsonth@mps.school. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope I see you on Monday.